Hello. What's up, guys? We are pet shopping. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. If you're new here, welcome. And if you like what you see, please subscribe and don't forget to hit your notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Okay, so in today's video guys, I'm going to be, well, we are going to be getting our tank ready for fish ready, because we're getting a couple of fishes as pets. Well, I decided I needed some fishes for pets. Bae didn't really want to get fish anymore because he had them before and he knows the work that goes into it. I'm a newbie, I really don't know anything, so I really don't know what I'm getting myself into. But yeah, because I've never had them before, I wanted to get the experience. So I'm like, please babe, can you just let us get some fish? And then he decided to do it, and so now we're in the process of getting the tank ready. This is it. Right now it's been filtered. We just finished filling it up, so we have there's dirt in the bottom, so that's why it looks like this right now, because we just had it got it filled, and now it's being filtered so the water gets clear. So once it's finished filtering, it should be done filtering probably by maybe later on tonight or tomorrow, and the water should clear up and look a lot better. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. In today's vlog, we're going shopping for supplies. We already have equipments, but we're just gonna go get the supplies, like what's needed to put in the filter and some decorations so it looks nice, you know, for the fishes. And I'm not sure if we're getting the plants today. We should be getting the plants today, but I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. But yeah, we're pretty much getting the tank ready for the fish, because you can't put the fish in the tank right away. You have to get the tank ready, and then you put the fish in there. So that's what we're doing today, and then maybe tomorrow or the day after we'll go and get the fishes. I'm not sure what kind of fish I'm gonna get yet, but I really like angel fish and goldfish, so we'll see where that goes. I don't know if those two are compatible to live with each other, but I really feel like I would want at least the angel fishes. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So yeah guys, if you want to see more, stay tuned. So we're here looking for the equipment to put in the fish tank. Let me show you what we got so far. That's all we got so far. Nice. My boot over there. Hey babe.
Okay. I'm thinking this one might not be the best place for us to get what we need. I'm not seeing any of the stuff. The bulbs they have are not even the right size.
The bulb for the tank? For
the tank, yeah. And there's one pretty close by that might be a little better. I don't really see anything on that here. And I don't even see any substrate at all. No gravel or anything. So I just don't think this is the best store for us.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna check another store. Yeah. Okay. Alright, check back in with you when we're at the next store. See ya in a bit.
And this is like $4 more per bag, and I'll probably need 2 of them. Or do you want the bottom of the tank to look more like this? Kind of darker.
I kind of like those.
These here?
Yeah.
Okay. Think that's a good look?
Probably. I like it over this.
Better than the sand looking?
Or can it be a mixture? No.
I don't know how it would work. It's my first time trying this type of stuff, so.
I like those though.
You like this better? It doesn't tell me how much of the tank
maybe I like it
covers.
because it's cheaper.
Maybe.
Cheap.
Okay, number of bags. Each bag. To determine your desired volume, multiply tank width by length and desired depth.
These are the different tank sizes they have. But the one we have is a lot bigger.
You're going to need 3 of these.
3?
Well, the bottom of my tank's pretty big. It's probably about the size of that thing there.
It's pretty much bigger than all these, maybe the size of this one.
Yeah, it's twice the size.
Yeah. Yeah, so guys, we're getting fishes. I like this. This is cute. Fountain. This is nice.
Yeah, for $50. That's, you need, I think this would probably be a little more interesting, don't you think?
No,
No? Something like this?
it scared the heck out of me in
Not
nighttime
that in
when
particular, but something a little more kind of whatever. Maybe something like that.
Here, fish stuff, Mom.
like that.
You like this?
Yeah, or even that.
This one?
This.
That? Oh, we're going to have real plants, so that might look a little tacky in the tank. But I could see something like this is nice.
But that, if you're gonna choose between those two, I'll probably like this one
better?
more.
Yeah, I like it. It's more of a floral thing to it.
So it'll be that and what else? Like a little house thing.
If you want. You like something
Like this.
like this?
This.
You like that?
Oh, those
Or an enough chuck?
tacky.
Some kind of Buddha thing? Because what I'm
You
thinking
can
is...
get the Buddha stuff put in there too. Like
What
one
else?
of these.
Yeah?
With this. And that.
You
That's
wanna put-
expensive.
It is. That's what I mean. It's not cheap. So this would be what, somewhere in the middle of the tank? And put the plants around it? And then put...
No, I don't want to go that expensive though.
Would have cut it in half.
Or maybe one. Oh, this is expensive too. Or this. Can we take this off?
Yeah, probably. You rip that right off. Yeah, because it's just stuck on there with glue. You can rip that right off.
Yeah, we got one of those.
Like
I
that?
want to go so expensive right now, though.
And then,
Put one of them in.
like this one? How would we do that? Like one at one end and the other at the other end, and then some
Probably.
plants in between?
Yeah, and then one of the Buddha woman. How much is that?
$10. I'm just trying to think how you would set it up in the tank, right?
One on one end, this on the other. The Buddha woman in the middle, and then the plants around it. What?
Nothing. Am I strong enough?
Come on, let me help you.
You want to help? Grab
Yeah.
these.
Hold on.
Here, stick out your arm. There you go. Thank you.
All right. Yep. These are what we're getting. This so signifies what we're doing now with meditation and stuff.
Right?
Yep. I'm on a mind, body, and soul transformation. Yep. Soul transformation. Okay, so we're waiting in line. Alright, check back in with you when we're out of here.
Bye.
Hey guys, we're back. We're at the next PetSmart store. Are these what you're getting?
These are for the 3-stage filter that we have. So the carbon helps keep the water clear. This one here helps keep the biomatter up in there, so it's like bacteria and stuff, healthy bacteria in the tank. And this is just your general filter that gets rid of just the big particulate stuff. So all these things working in unison helps keep my tank nice and fresh and clean.
Okay.
Our next stop will be trying to find some nice bulb that we're going to use to grow our plants with. We want one that's more geared to that. And we need to get some water treater so that we can treat the water when we put it into our tank.
Okay,
That's our next
perfect.
mission.
Nice. That's the next mission. Let the expert tell you, because you've been having fishes for a while, so pet fish. I'm excited. I've always wanted to get some pet. Well, I always wanted to have pets since I moved here, because I always had pets in Jamaica, but not since I moved to Canada.
So then we need to get.
But I was in between getting a dog or the fishes. I feel like the fish would be less work. At least I don't have to walk the fishes every day.
You're just going to help me doing the tank every now and then. It's not exactly easy.
Yep.
So, we have the water treater, the filters, the light bulb. We see we want to grab some plants over here too.
Yeah.
We've already got the other stuff, and I think that's pretty much it, right? Filters, treatment. Yeah, let's see if we've got some plants. Let's go see if they sell. Ah, yes, they do.
Oh no, I kind of like the plants at the other place more.
We can always pick up the plants when we get the fish and just get this home.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Now we just get it all in one row.
Yeah, the other plants are good.
I'm kind of excited to get home and get this thing kind of put together. Just kind of see where we're at, and we can always pick up the plants later.
Let me show you these plants, guys.
I like these ones here. Get a bit of color to them. Right, so they'll actually, under the light, will kind of shine a little bit red. So we're probably going to want to mix it up between ones that are a little bushier, like this, right? And then other ones that are a little taller, like that. Like the swords. I believe they're called.
These are swords?
Yeah, stuff like this. Just a nice little mix of just different.
Yeah. I like the plants at the other PetSmart door.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to poke at while we're here?
These are some of the fishes that they have here, guys. I'm wondering which one I should get. I normally like goldfish or angelfish. These ones are cute too. So little.
Much nicer looking angelfish too.
Yeah, I like these
Cuter.
ones. Yeah.
They look a lot healthier too. See, I have it, like that's a gorgeous fish right there. God, I wish we were picking them up today.
This one is pretty too.
I like that one and that one.
I like this one.
You don't
Oh
like
yeah, that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking it's a nice, more developed, more mature
Yeah.
fish. Right? Now look at the fins on her. They're huge. You can't see them very clearly because they're transparent. They're huge.
Yeah, I like those
These are
ones.
kind of fun too. Very
Will
bright
these
color.
ones get along with the goldfish?
Well, these ones probably will be a little more aggressive. They'll probably be fin nippers. So
What about these ones?
they look nice too.
They might get along with the gold because they don't seem to. They have like things like the gold ones.
Yeah.
Not like the gold. I mean like the angel fish.
I know you meant. You like those? Parrotfish?
Oh, these are the gold ones.
Those are feeder fish. 30, you say? Yeah. I was gonna get a goldfish, I'd get a fancy one. At the top over there. These are feeder fish.
Yeah. I like that one too.
Yeah. I like the yellow one there. Like
The yellow one? Mm-hmm. That one looks pretty.
But I think these koi, they get pretty big. Like I'm
they
talking
do.
huge. Like that big.
Get too big, we can.
Want to throw them out?
No, we eat them.
Release them in the wild. Eat them. You nuts. I love you. Here, check this out. I don't know if there's anything else you want to look at.
Oh, these are kind of like the tanks we have.
These two, they're pretty neat. Big full looking fish. And they kind of just sit on the
They kind of look like almost like eels looking.
Yeah. Would be neat to have.
You
Now
like
these
this?
guys would end up crawling inside your little house and stuff.
Oh. Do you think they would live or get along with the angel
Yeah, no, they're
ones?
community fish. So when you're looking at your fish and you're combining them, if you don't know what you're doing, these stores are good because they actually tell you what fish will work together, right?
Okay.
So these are community fish, so they do better in groups.
Okay.
And you get these guys here, tropical community, right? Semi-aggressive aquarium, tropical. These guys. Let's see here, medium South American cichlid. Kind of gives you temperament is peaceful. And this is where I'm talking about too, right? So they swim in the middle of the tank. So they're probably not likely going to, like these guys, right? They're not likely going to be swimming around and going into little holes or tunnels. They're just going to kind of swim in this part of the tank, right?
Okay.
And it's cool too because they can get the minimums. Minimum tank size, 50 gallon.
Yeah.
So ours is 70, so we're perfectly fine. We can get whatever fish we want, almost as many as we want.
Well, the angel fish for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not getting them today, right?
Yeah, if we got them today, we'd just be wasting our money.
Okay. Yeah, so guys, we're probably gonna come back another day, probably tomorrow, and get the fishes. Yeah, so we're gonna come back on a different day to get the fish. But for now, we're just getting the supplies that we need to set up the tank
Get it running.
and get it running, so they'll be ready for the fishes. But yeah, we pretty much have an idea of the ones that we want to get. Since I like the angel fish and the goldfish for sure. But we might not be able to mix the gold with the angel, right?
Yeah, I'm just worried that the goldfish might nip at the fins of the angelfish. Because they're kind of, the goldfish can be aggressive. So, and the angelfish have really delicate fins, so I don't want them to get their fins nipped. Otherwise, they're not going to look nice.
Alright, so I think I'll show you guys the process of what we do. Oh, look at this guy.
I would love a lizard.
Hold on.
Little bearded dragon. Hey, buddy. Hi.
Get a lizard, you're the one taking care of it. I don't do a lizard.
We're doing fish. It's safe. You're not going to die. I'm not going to die.
I don't do lizard. But yeah, guys, we'll chat back in with you once we're done here, right? We
Yeah,
don't
we're
have
done.
anything for today. We're done here. We're gonna come back. I don't think I'm gonna show you when I come back to get the fish, but pretty much just showing you what we.
I guess next step we'll see the tank with the
Yeah.
stuff in it and kind of go from there.
Right, so when we're fixing up the tank, we'll show you that part. Alright. Chat back in with you later.
Looks good.
Thank you, babe. I'm recording. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, hi guys. So we are back home and we're about to put the tank together. So I should have showed you when we had it. It was all messed up and stuff, and we've had to clean it up and clear out everything, and you know. But now it's all clean, so we only.
It looked like this.
It pretty much looked like this.
All
guys.
sorts of crap that I got
Yeah.
clean.
That's how it looked before. Pretty much. So it looks like that, but all over the tank looks like that pretty much. So we got it to this point now. Or babe got it to this point now. So I'm going to have him finish up the rest. Get the tank ready for the fishes. Yay! I'm so excited. We still haven't decided how many we're going to get yet. I'm thinking about maybe 2 to 3, but this is a pretty big tank for just 2 or 3 fishes, so we might end up getting more. I don't know yet. So yeah, all right, we're gonna get started shortly, so I'll come back when we're started. All right. Right now we're just getting the gravel in. It's gravel or dirt? It's dirt.
It's kind of like a dirt substrate.
Okay, so we're just getting the dirt in, putting it at the bottom so we can have that for the plants, because we're putting in live plants. Step 1. My bag pretty much just vanished into thin air. So short. So once the dirt gets settled, it won't look like this. It will look the water will look clearer.
Yeah, the water.
So that's why you have to get the tank ready beforehand, before you put the fishes in there. So actually it looks higher on this side than over here.
The gravel?
Like it could spread out some more along.
I see yours in it, yeah.
What's next?
Now we're going to add the water.
Okay, water time.
So what I'm doing is putting a bowl in first, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the water into the bowl so it doesn't stir up the substrate that I just put in. If I don't do that and I just dump the bucket right in, it's going to blow the substrate away from where I'm dumping in the water and create like a pit. So this way, I'm going to just add the water to it. It's not going to disturb the substrate because it's going to be hitting this solid bowl, and it's going to allow the water to fill up until it gets deeper, right? And then it's not going to be able to, you'll see what happens.
Okay.
Anyway, so here's my thing. So this is where we have to treat the water that we put in here.
Do you treat it
Using a water treatment. So basically it removes heavy metals, chlorine, all these things that can eventually, or that will kill a fish. Yeah, see? Chlorine, chloramines, ammonia from tap water. So and it's a healing power of aloe vera and enhances slime coating, which is good for the fish also.
Alright, this is what we're using, guys. Hopefully you can see that. Oh, so you have to put it in there while you're filling with the water?
So you basically, there's a certain amounts per, it has different ratings if you want to get really specific about it, but you can't really overdo it with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like too much isn't really going to be a bad thing. It's good for the fish.
Okay.
So what I usually do is I put it a cap full per 5 gallons that I add to the tank, and then that way, like I can treat the water, and I'll be sure that there's nothing in there that's going to hurt the fish when we finally decide to put them in there. So that's what I'm doing.
Alright, so right now we're just pulling the water up in the sink. Then we're gonna dump it in here.
Try to aim for the bowl.
Yeah, try to aim for the bowl.
Yeah, that's a good amount. I think 3 was perfect. I guessed, and I guessed well.
One just disappeared in there.
I know, right? Yeah, all we need is one. That's not going to be a problem at all.
But yeah, for a smaller tank
Okay.
it would be good.
And we were walking along, and it's like, your tank is bigger than all of this.
I know, it was, I'm like, wow, there's
It's
all
huge.
different sizes. It's pretty big.
I like
And
the corner one.
pretty much that store don't have like this size there.
No.
Only the other one, the other store that we went had this size, but
Well, even for, like, they had a big one like this, but it was only half the tank. This one's a 70 gallon, so it's got like That one there, I was looking at it, 'cause like, oh yeah, that one's as big, but then I read it, and it was only 50 gallons. But because it was like half as wide.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna get the water. I can add my treatment. I like to use just a capful. It's probably more than I need to use for 5 gallons, but the aloe vera in here and all that stuff is actually very beneficial to the fish. It helps them with their slime coat and stuff like that. So I don't mind adding a little extra. It's basically only going to hurt your pocketbook if you put too much in. And then this part's always fun. The joys of, well, you have to get better at this because you don't really have this option when the tank is up and running, but I'm going to be lazy and just take off the glass. Normally there'd be a filter, heater here, the light would be on top of that, so I really only have about this much space to work with when I have to switch the tank's water. But since I don't have to worry about that right now, I'm just going to take advantage of the fact I've got a huge open top on my tank. 5 gallons of water is not light.
Maybe eventually we can get a hose.
That would actually be hella cool. The only issue with the hose is I'd have to figure out a way to treat the water as it was going into the tank.
And you can put it in, then treat it after?
No, but, well, I mean, in this scenario, yes, because there's no fish.
Yeah.
But you don't want to put tap water, straight tap water into the tank because it carries like...
Oh, it has
chemicals, right? Because our water's treated.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes it has heavy metals and stuff in it as well, which are just not good for the fish. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to... You might get away with it like the first time, or if you have hardy fish, but yeah, you could definitely hurt your tank quite a bit by putting just tap water in there. It's not good.
Okay. So we have like, what, 3-4 more buckets to go? Probably.
It's going to take about 12 buckets to fill this.
12?
At 5 gallons a bucket.
Oh yeah.
70-liter tank. So that's,
it
so
don't
that's
look
140.
But it's almost... Look where it's at already.
Oh yeah, it's going to go up by this much each time.
Damn.
It's about an inch and a bit every 5 gallons. It's about 2 inches it'll go up every time.
Okay. Alright guys, so this is what we're going to do until it's full. And then tomorrow, possibly tomorrow, we'll get the fishes.
Yeah, we can get this figured out for sure.
So now we don't really need the bowl anymore. Oh yeah, I'm wearing my natural hair, guys. You like it? And I'm gonna start wearing it out a little bit more. I just need to get something to help me define the curls a lot better. And Babe likes to see me with my hair like this, so I'm gonna wear it out for him a little bit more. Happy?
Yeah, baby.
Bucket number 3. Number 4. Yeah. So if 14 buckets, we have 10 more to go because we are at 4 now, right?
Oh, it feels so far away. Fuck it, we're getting pizzas.
So here goes bucket number 5.
I used to do this by myself, so having the support has been great.
Alright guys, so I'm just gonna speed up the rest of this video. So we have probably 10 more buckets to go. Still gonna show you, but I'm gonna speed it up, okay?
So you stick it in the tank and you just have to do that probably.
So this is a allergy cleaner, guys.
That's in the filter, or not a filter, my heater, to keep it at a specific temperature. And I spent a little extra money to get one that actually had the temperature readout on the top. So it saves me having to have a thermometer in the tank. I just set it to the temperature I want, and it's guaranteed by the company to be that temperature. So it's pretty cool. You just gotta be very careful because it's very easy to damage this.
So you say these are testers?
Yeah, this one tests for nitrates, which comes from waste if your tank has too much waste. And this is another bad one, it's ammonia. That can get in your water if you have to use accidentally cleaning products around your tank. So I don't usually clean my tank with any ammonia products. I use a sort of like an environmental glass cleaner, just because if you get any kind of ammonia or any chemical in here. The same thing with your hands. Don't wash your hands with a very fragrant soap and then stick your hand in the fish tank. You're just going to transfer that fragrance and that chemical into the water, And like I said, if you have a hardy fish in a stable tank, it might survive. But you know, if there's anything like if one of the fish is sensitive or not feeling well, more susceptible to the chemicals, you might end up killing off your entire tank. As we go on later too, when we're picking the fish, you got to be very smart too about where you buy your fish from. We were in 2 pet stores today. One of them, you could clearly see that the fish were well taken care of. The tanks were very clean. The fish themselves looked healthy. Conversely, we were at a different store. The tanks were grungy. The fish themselves were not looking very good. They were, you know, a little bit docile, and some of them even had some like fin rot or what have you on there. So it was not good. And the other thing you want to watch out for is ick. It's a disease that fish have, and it transmits. What it results in is little white spots on the surface of the fish. If you get ick in your tank, the treatment is pretty expensive. I don't even think you can buy it anymore because they actually changed the laws around the chemicals you can use in fish tanks, because the water obviously goes down the drain and into our systems, so they want to control those chemicals. But yeah, if you get ick, you can kill your entire tank. The whole tank can get sick, and you can spend hours and hours of your life and time and just be wasted by doing that. That's why it's always good to quarantine your fish before putting them into the tank. So if you have like a small separate tank, you can actually put your fish in there for a while, just to make sure that they don't have any diseases or anything like that, and then transfer them to your main tank. Especially if you have some really expensive fish or fish that you've had for over a year. A lot of effort went into keeping that fish alive, and they're generally bigger. So if you lose a fish like that, you're going to be really disappointed. So yeah, just always be you know, aware of that, sort of where adding new fish to your tank. With our situation, I think we're just going to buy 2 fish or what have you, or whatever we're going to look at. And then that's it. That's going to be sort of our tank for now. And I think in that situation, we should be good. But who knows, down the road we might want to add a little fish or 2. So it gets pretty addictive. I've tried to warn her, but it's like, do you really want to do this? Because here we go. So anyways, back to filling up buckets of water.
I believe this is bucket number 6. I can't last count, but I believe this is bucket number 6. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but
A little better than half right now, or just
I'm excited. I've never really had fish before. Well, I had fish once in Jamaica. I only had like 1, and it died after about. I didn't think I had it for a month, and it died. So let's.
Well, it's not always your
hope
fault. Right?
I can keep these ones alive.
Let's see.
I'm so excited. I'm just here to provide motivation, because you're the one doing all the work. Oh my gosh.
It's all gravy.
Yeah, we should probably get a small pizza or something. A small one, not a large pizza.
Well, I better put you in control of that, otherwise I'll just order everything.
So when do you use these? These are your testers. Okay, so after you fill up the water, then you use this one. Oh no, you don't use the nitrate one after. When do you use them? Actually?
Well, basically you want to, like, once the tank's been set up, this water is going to be fully treated and it's fresh. So there's going to be no nitrates and there's going to be no ammonia in this water. This is clear water. What you want?
Fish in your area.
Yeah, there's no fish. This is completely fresh startup. Like I said, all the water being put in here is treated, so it's going to be cleared of any ammonia, nitrates, and stuff. Yeah, it's once the fish go in there, because their waste decomposes and creates a problem.
Okay, so the nitrate and the ammonia comes from the waste
waste
from the fish. Yeah. Okay.
You know, some people with aquariums and fish, they overfeed them. Creates extra waste.
I'm more than halfway there.
Oh yeah.
But I think I only need that maybe
I'd say
3 more.
5 more buckets.
Between 3 to 5, probably.
My guess is 5.
5?
Alright, so if I'm right, we get a large pizza. If you're right, we get a medium pizza.
3, 4, 5. Oh, you said you're going all the way up, so it might be 5, as you said.
Right, so we'll tackle where we want to position them in the brainstorming session, and then we'll do a live. Well, we can put
So
it in.
wait, you're actually gonna draw out a plan and position them where you want in the plan thing?
Yeah, so I'm going to use the 5 by 8 or 8 by 11, right? piece of paper. So that's going to be, I'm pretending that's the top looking down on the tank.
Okay.
So I'm looking bird's eye view on the floor of the tank. And I'm just going to, like a circle here, and that's going to represent object 1. A circle here, object 2. A circle here, object 3. And then basically have a legend on the side with the different plant types, and then just decide where we want to put them. And then we can look at the plant pictures, right? And see, okay, do we want like a tall one here? Do we want like a whatever, a leafy one here, not so leafy one? And then position them like a map.
Okay, so I lost count where we're at, guys, but it looks like we need at least 3 to 4 more buckets to finish it off. Yeah, I'm gonna need your help to figuring out or picking names for our fishes. You want like some bougie names, or it don't matter?
Otherwise known as Prince.
Or Nemo.
Nemo, yeah.
We
found Nemo.
What kind of fish was Nemo?
He was a clownfish.
Clownfish?
Clownfish.
Did they have clownfish there?
So clownfish are saltwater fish, and we've got a freshwater tank. Now we can buy loaches. They're called clown loaches, and they look similar to Finding Nemo, but they're just a freshwater fish with similar markings. That's all. They're like a orangey kind of color with black marks on them, and they look like Nemo, but they're freshwater fish.
Do you think Nemo would get along with the angelfish?
The loach?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're community fish. I don't think they're seen as aggressive. I don't believe they were anyways. They're a bit of a bottom feeder, so the angelfish are sort of mid-tank. So they wouldn't probably bother each other. They're not in each other's space.
Okay, so the angelfish will probably stay on in the middle part, and then they'll stay on the bottom.
Exactly. Just about there. Really beeping close. I think we're 1 bucket away now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, ladies and
It could
gentlemen.
even stay like right there.
Yeah, it's better higher up.
Or higher up.
Only reason being that the tank can make a lot of noise.
Oh.
Right? Because you're basically, the lower the water is, the farther the water falls from the filter to the top of the water. So it's going to make noise, right? So with the lid on, it does dampen that noise somewhat, but it can get quite loud.
So we are 1 bucket away from having a full tank. So you just put in the heater.
So this is going to determine my maximum water height, because I don't want the water to go over this, otherwise it can damage the heater. And I don't want the water to go too low, because that can also damage the heater. So the next pour is going to be difficult, because I'm going to, if it's too much, I'm going to have to make sure I don't put too much in, so I got to keep an eye on that at the same time as I'm filling it up.
Okay.
But 1 bucket should be pretty much it. This will be the last one.
Okay, so what's next, babe?
I gotta clean up the filter. That's more or less personal pride. I just want to get everything cleaned up off of it, get it going. Then I'm gonna run an extension cord from the wall to the fish tank. Now, never leave any like power bars or anything at the back of the tank. There's a hole in the back of the stand, so I highly recommend. Otherwise, you could have a pretty bad electrical situation. Because the water may drip out of here at the back by the filter. So if you have an exposed plug back there, you could short it out, whatever. So you want to make sure that the cables come in through the back and here. They generally recommend sort of like a loop like this, so that the water, if it does run down, that's for the filter. So if the water does happen to run down the filter, that it drops down here instead of following it straight to the plug. Because the water, if it's coming down the extension or the electrical plug cord, it'll actually follow the cord right to the plug. So that's why they recommend like a bend, so the water comes down and drips off the bottom instead of into the socket, which could lead to your electrocution and not really great stuff. So yeah, that's what's next.
Yep. Okay, so Bailey's just cleaning up the filter so he can put it in the tank. So that's pretty much what we have left to do today. And then tomorrow we're going to put the fish and the decorations into the tank. Okay. Babe's going to show you how to build your filter.
So this is the Aqua Clear filter. This is it here. So basically it's a 3-stage filter. You get the basic foam filter, which takes out your particulate. This helps control odor, keep down, I believe it's ammonia, but definitely good for odor control. And this one here allows for healthy bacteria growth, which helps the tank break down bad stuff like nitrates and so on. So these 3 stack together. You can pretty much, you get 3 of these in a pack, or you can buy the 3-pack. They can last, you know, it's up to you really how bad they get. Once you start noticing every time you pull it out it's really clogged, it's probably time for a new one. This one here, you can kind of tell when the tank starts to develop an odor again, because the charcoal does a really good job of removing odor. So if you start smelling a bit of an odor, it's probably a good indicator it's time to change your charcoal filter. And I may be wrong on this, but I've never changed this filter in my life. My understanding was that the bacteria gets growing on here, and so I try not to disturb this filter at all. I take it out separately when I clean the filter, and I put it back in afterwards. I usually leave it in tank water. I don't put it in tap water or treated water. I just leave it in tank water because I just want to maintain the bacteria on here, or at least that's my thought process anyway. So all three of these together create the filter, and then the filter just drops in here. I like to just kind of make sure everything kind of fits in. And as well, you just want to make sure your filter matches your tank. A lot of these filters are based on a range. Mine is particularly a 70-gallon filter, so mine happens to be a 70-gallon tank, so it's perfect. It's not necessarily a bad thing to oversize your filter for your tank. The only problem is it might be too much, so you are able to sort of adjust the flow of the filter for different size tanks, but too big a filter may also create problems with current in the tank and just kind of blowing everything around all the time. At least that's been my experience. So definitely want to make sure your filter is the right size. If not a little bit bigger, the right size. Placing the filter like so. That's that. Next step, I need to get those power cables and all that stuff sorted out.
So he's just getting the power cables set up, guys. Remember, he said you have to feed it through the back underneath the cabinet area of the tank. So that's what we are getting set up right now.
You can show them too how I have the cords kind of droop down. They're not pulled in snug, they kind of dangle. So then one of the last things you do once you got everything set up the way you want it is you need to prime your filter. So don't just go plugging in your filter right away and turning it on without adding water to it. You can damage the filter motor, which would really suck, especially after going through all the work of getting it this far. I'm, again, just pouring treated water in here. Normally, like I said, I'd probably use tank water to prime it if I've done a cleaning or whatever. And again, just wanting to protect the bacteria on that one particular filter. So it's all set to go. Now all I need to do is simply turn it on. Let's see how this goes. So there's two settings, well, varying settings, but this way is full blast and this way is restricted. So when priming, you don't want to have it on all the way open. You want to have it over so that the flow is restricted. You can actually see the water starting to bubble up into the intake here, and then as soon as it gets primed, it'll start just pouring out water. It'll work out the last few little bubbles. Now the tank's running. So what I usually do to clean out the pipes, as it were, I kind of push this down and twist it over to full blast, and that just gets the water moving really quickly. Now, the cool thing is, the slower that you run the water through your filter, the more the filter has a chance to do its job. So not all the time do you want the water just gushing out of there. Sometimes you want to make sure that you kind of find that sweet spot where the water is getting circulated quick enough, but it's not going too quick, so you can actually allow the filters to do what they're supposed to do. That's been my experience anyways. So now I'll just let this run. Over time, this tank should calm down, and you'll find everything just settling out. We probably can't see right now what my heater is on. It is a temperature gauge. So with the fish, some fish can only survive in a specific temperature range. So beyond the filter and the heater, you may, and the lamp for the top, the canopy, you may also have to buy a thermostat, or not a thermostat, a thermometer for your tank. I went through a few of those, especially if you have aggressive fish like cichlids. I had an Oscar. He actually used to pick up the thermometer and throw it against the side of the tank until he broke it. So I wanted to come up with a solution that didn't involve any more thermometers, so I decided to spend a little extra money and buy a heater that has a temperature gauge on it. Now mind you, it says it's guaranteed from the factory, but what I did is I tested it. I had a thermometer in there still. I set the temperature on the top to the temperature that it said it was, and I verified that temperature with the temperature on the thermometer, and it was accurate within a degree or so, which is understandable because the heater's over here, so the water tends to be a little cooler the further away you are from the heater, so I expect a little bit of a drop in temperature, but nothing serious. So yeah, that's it. I'm just going to put the finishing touches on the glass canopy, which is going to dampen this sound of water quite a bit, although it can get quite loud if you allow your tank to get too low. You'll actually hear that water, and for some people that can be annoying. Some people don't mind it.
So this is the next day, guys. What you actually didn't see here was that we had to empty the tank because the water wasn't clear by the next day. So we had to empty the tank and refill it. Yeah, so right now baby's just cleaning off the glass. Then we're going to add the decorations. So you put like what? You wash those in hot water first?
Well, and like clean hot water, right? Like treated hot water with the freshwater tank, water treated.
So we're back at the store next day, guys, looking for plants.
I like these.
Like those?
What do you think?
They're pretty. I like the
I like
color.
I said, like the bushy ones.
Yeah. Those kind of remind me of Christmas tree. Do you like these?
Yeah. I like these ones too. Like these
The
ones.
color?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
one.
color I like. Almost.
Yeah, so get a couple of these, couple of these, couple of those.
Getting a new filter because the one we have it's making a lot of noise. So we're going to replace it.
One in.
So I didn't notice these little guys right here. Only put one?
Well, they're males and they'll fight. They're fighting fish, Chinese.
Which one do you like?
Right off the bat, I think he looks pretty sweet. I like the pale, like kind of one there.
Oh, that one's pretty. That one's really pretty.
That one's pretty cool. I like this one. This one's pretty cool. I like the blue and the yellow. I think that's really neat. This guy, even though this guy, I like him. He looks pretty nice. This little guy looks alright. I just have to say, probably he's my favorite though.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that one's nice too. They got very majestic looking fins. Yeah. I'd say this one here and that one there. Those are the two nicest ones as far as I'm concerned. What do you think?
This one and that one?
I personally think, yeah. Where do you go? That one for sure.
And that one.
And maybe that guy over there, yeah. I like that one too. It's got a little bit of orange in it.
Alright. And what else? So those two for now?
These two, and then those two, right?
Yeah. Anything else?
That's
Anything else? What else can go with that? I don't know. Those are cute too.
These?
Can those go with that? No?
Sweetheart, this is my favorite fish.
It is?
It's the African cichlid. The only problem is you can only have one of them in a tank.
Why?
They're highly aggressive, and they will get this big.
Oh,
And they
so
will eat everything else in the tank.
So the angelfish?
They will eat everything big.
Yeah.
They're my favorite fish. They're very personable. They're highly energetic. They are beautiful.
So they can't go with the
They
angelfish
can't go with
then?
any other fish. They will eat everything in the tank. Believe me. My one fish was worth over $200 just on the fish that it ate.
They ate the fish?
She ate everything. He cleaned out, so I got him from Walmart, and he was this big. He was an albino. He's the size of a loony, right? And I got him and like 5 or 6 other different fish or 7 other fish,
And
right?
he ate all of them?
Well, he was fine when he was smaller, right? He starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then finally when he got to be about this big, he ate everything. Anything that was smaller than him, he ate it. I came home one day, he had like 2 fish hanging out of his mouth, swimming around the tank. But they're beautiful. I mean, they are... I prefer the albino, but that one's dead, so I wouldn't buy anything out of this tank because that fish is dead. It's fine.
Can go with that one?
Yeah. Because these guys here, right? These guys are kind of like a blue. Medium. And then we can put in anything with those guys.
These
basically.
ones.
Those are mollies.
Those are the ones you were talking.
Yeah, these ones are pretty. These are your most likely fish to breed in your tank, mollies. They're nice schooling fish. They got nice colors, but you definitely can't put them in with anybody that likes to nip fins because they'll eat off their tail pretty quickly.
Okay, so angel fishes turn out to be very delicate species.
I just.
Guys, I can't decide which fish I want. Alright, what about these guys?
Which ones? Oh, here's your clown roaches. Or tiger barbs, rather. Kind of cool.
So they'll live with the thing there?
No, these will nip the fins of the angel.
What about this one?
Same.
They said community.
Yeah, within the...
Semi-aggressive.
Semi-aggressive, that's the problem.
What about this? No?
These guys? The tetras would be alright.
Which one is the tetra?
These are tetras.
Which color do you like more? I kind of like the reddish one or these ones. Can I get two of those?
A couple of these.
It's like $12 for one of them.
It's going to be $24 for these two. The other 24 for these two. And that's going to be $20 for those two. That's pretty quick.
Alright, I don't want to spend so much money. What about those ones?
It'd be fine, I'd imagine.
Or even these. What about these ones? Those little ones are...
Daniels? Yeah, they're alright.
But?
Oh, I don't think they're going to be very exciting in the tank to look at. I think the angelfish are more visually appealing.
For sure, I agree. Yeah, so we're getting these two guys right here. And two of these guys right here. Getting this little guy.
How do you know? Did you want your receipts? Yes, please. Sure.
And a new filter. So we're back home, guys. As you can see, the water is clearing up pretty nicely. And we have our decorations in there, so we only have the fishes to add and the plants to go. We do have the fishes here, but they're still in the bags that we bought them in. So what we're doing right now is pretty much kind of warming them up to the temperature of the tank, because we don't want to just release them in there. We want to get the water that they're in to the temperature that the tank is in right now. But yeah, so that's clearer than it was last night. And pretty much what you didn't see was we had to actually remove the water that was in there and refill the tank up again because the water was too dirty. And in the morning it pretty much didn't look any different than it did the night before. So we decided to empty the tank and refill it up. So now it's looking much better. And yeah, and the filter that we have, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pretty loud. So, and it was an old filter that we had before, so we decided to use it again, but it's not working properly this time, so we decided to go ahead and get a new filter. So we're also gonna install that, put in the plants and the fishes, and that's it really. So far we decided to start with 2 of each. So we have 2 angel fish, and I forgot what this one is called, but yeah, we have 2 of each right now. We may decide to put more in as time goes by, but yeah, we're starting out with 4 for now. So that only put the plants in fresh treated water before transferring them into the tank.
In the back there, is that what you want?
Yeah.
I'm not upset, but we got a little invader.
Time to let the fishes out. That's pretty easy.
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy.
Alright, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. And I hope this was helpful and that you found it entertaining. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.
You could be one of the things I love.